control and an understanding of who you are, no one can use you against you. No one can ever use your mental illness against you. You've already spoke about it. So what you got?
The biggest point in life to resolve mental health is like giving a fuck about a person.
Where did you get the courage? I got the courage. The 2 words. I care.
It's Chill Will Radio, where connections will be made, advice will be given, jokes will be told, and things will get real. My name is Willis Cooks, and I'm your host. But understand this show is not meant to be used as a substitute for a relationship with a licensed mental health professional. Enjoy the show, y'all. Okay. Let me make sure this stuff sounds right, because I sound kind of low, but it's all good. Okay, good fellas, good peoples, good ladies, good gentlemen, good women. Welcome everybody to another episode of Chill Will Radio. Thank y'all for tuning in this lovely morning. Hope everybody's cold, chilly. It's weird. It was hot as hell over the weekend. Now it's cold. It's like it needs to like be consistent. It's either it's gonna be cold or be hotter. Like, pick one. Whatever the case is, man, I hope everybody got a coat, some form of jacket, a sweater, whatever it is to stay warm, because it was cold as hell this morning. To me, I don't like the cold, but it is what it is. Thank all y'all for tuning in to another episode, another show of Chill Will Radio. This is a nice day. Because it was already, works. We were already known, but I need to speak to the lovely co-host Tia. But one of the biggest things I want to make sure I let everyone know here is like, yeah, we got a live show coming up. Not live like in studio live, but live like in person live. Like in person live. Like me and Tia will be in front of a live audience and all that good shit. Live, at the Jazz Cafe. At Jazz Cafe. Why am I thinking of July? At Jazz Cafe, November 28th, 6 p.m. Come in. It will be some Ethiopian food there. It will be some drinks there. It will be a jazz cafe there. I like my little jazz, my little soothing music afterwards. Come by, stick it out, come chill with the crew, and just enjoy yourself. Hopefully me and Tia don't argue too much. We're going to try to tone it down a tad bit, and not go back and forth in some form of disagreement like we do have on a day-to-day schedule. But come through November 28th, Jazz Cafe. Come through November 28th, Jazz Cafe, 6 p.m. Chill Will in front of a live studio audience. Come to studio audience. This is not a television show. You know what I mean? I'm excited for this show, man. Kind of nervous, but it is what it is. Get up in there on the stage, do what you got to do. But now back to the show. I'm doing good. Hope everybody's doing swell. So Tia actually caused me to think of the topic for today's show, right? Within a conversation we were having the last time we were speaking about, she mentioned to me about how I have a specific, limit on the amount of time I put towards caring towards specific things. And if it hits 2 p.m. and my caring meter has ran out, I don't care for shit for the rest of the day, no matter what it is. If it's 5 p.m. and my caring meter has ran out, I don't care for certain things, no matter what it is, right? And it caused me to think of, first of all, that's true, right? That's just flat out true, right? It gets to a certain point with me to where it's just like, all right, I just don't have the energy to give at this point, so I'm not about to care. I'll deal with it tomorrow, right? I like to kind of deal with things the way I choose to deal with them, right? And that also deals with care. So the biggest point of this episode is choosing when to care. Do we have the ability to choose when we care? How can we choose to care? How can we choose what to care about? How can we choose not to care about? If you do care about something, how can you get out of that? If you don't care about something, how could you get into that? whatever the case is, right? Because, and I can speak from a personal standpoint, I can speak from a therapeutic standpoint, and when it comes to my experience with clients and patients, from the psych standpoint to the non-psych standpoint to just the regular depression standpoint, a lot of the times we'll put too much emphasis in the other things as a means to get away from ourselves, right? A lot of the times we put too much emphasis in the other things as a means to get away from ourselves. That's one way, right? One reason as to why we care so much about certain things, right? This thing is also important because I need something to get away from, right? I don't really care as much to myself, so I'm going to give everything into this thing or into this person or into these things, right? Obviously, there are people within our lives who are important, who's been around forever. There are people within our relationships. There are situations that come up that's going to cause us to have to put all of our energy into it. And when I say just don't care or I don't care about certain things, it's like I'm just not like I'm out here picking and choosing every little thing. Like, nah, there are selective things that you have to care about regardless of the case is, right? If God forbid somebody that I truly love passed away today, what I'm going to say, oh, I don't care about it, I'm not going to deal with it tomorrow. Like, nah, it's circumstantial. It's based upon the actual situation. But we all have to understand that we have a choice. We can get to a point where we choose how much energy we want to put towards something. And that's the biggest thing, right? How much energy are you willing to put towards a specific thing? And one of the questions that I always ask myself, whenever I'm stuck between should I care about this, how long should I focus on this, is this something worth caring about, am I caring about this too much? One of the things that I always have to ask myself is, can I do something about it? That's it. Ask yourself that one simple question. Can you do something about it? I ask myself that all the time. Can you do something about it? If the answer is no, then why care? Can you do something about it? If the answer is yes, then why care? It's always going to lead towards why care? Because if you can't do anything about it, it makes no sense for us to focus on something that we don't have control over. It makes no sense to focus on something that we can't change. It makes no sense to focus on something that doesn't even have anything to do with us, right? If we can't do anything about it, what's the point? If we can't alleviate the situation, if we can't fix it, if our presence sometimes may even actually make it worse, if that's the case, then why care? Right? Why care if me putting myself into the situation is going to make me mad? It's going to make me angry or sad, or it's just going to heighten certain things. It's going to raise my anxiety. Why care? Because you can't change it. You can't do anything about it. But then the other side of it is, if you can do something about it, okay, cool. Still, why care? Right? Why care? Because you can fix it. You can knock it out. Why worry about it too much? Why put all of this energy towards that one little thing when you know you can fix it? Right? When you know you can fix it, when you know you can get through it, when you know you have the tools in place in order to get above it. Why put that much energy into it? Right? And there's a lot of things within our life that we just flat out probably shouldn't care about, right? We shouldn't care about certain people when it comes to gossip, obviously. We shouldn't care about certain things if it doesn't pertain to us, right? We shouldn't care about, other people's opinions and people's places, things and what people are doing, things of those sorts. But the shit is hard, right? It's hard because we don't want to miss out on certain things. We don't want to feel as if someone doesn't care about us. We want to be loved and all of these things. But I think a lot of us have to get back into how much do you care about yourself, right? A lot of the times we have to get into how much do you care about yourself? How much do you truly care about yourself, right? How much do you truly care about yourself? So you can determine how much energy you are willing to give up. See, we have to be selfish about our care. We have to be selfish about our energy. We have to be selfish about our peace. And many times, a lot of the times, right? A lot of us aren't. We're willing to give our peace away to any and everybody, however much it determines, and we're willing to give up all the energy for this particular person or for this particular thing or whatever the case is, right? And we're not monitoring that. We're not monitoring how much energy I put into this, how much focus. And for some people who may not understand the whole energy concept, let's look at it in terms of this. How much are you thinking about this situation? How much are you focusing on the situation, right? Swap the energy out, put focus in there. How much are you focusing on this thing? Does this thing deserve the amount of attention in my head, the amount of space in my head, the amount of focus that I'm giving to it? Does it deserve it? Probably not. Probably not. And a lot of times within life, we have to get back to that standpoint of understanding and asking ourselves, can I do something about it? If you cannot, then great. If you can, then great. But it always goes back into what's the point? Because you have to get selfish. I am very selfish about my peace. I am very selfish about how much energy I put into things. If you are a person in my life and I notice that you bring bullshit with you every time we go, you bring drama with you every time we go somewhere, or it's constant gossip every time we get to each other, or it's constant drama, like that relationship will end really, really quickly. Because you yourself, you have to have your boundaries. You have to have the things that you're okay with not entertaining, right? You have to have the things you're okay with entertaining, and you have to have the things that you are not okay with entertaining. Whatever it is, you have to set those things up. And when it comes to being able to care less or being able to dictate how much you care about things, or being able to choose when to care about specific stuff, how much peace are you willing to have? How much peace do you want? How much chaos are you willing to have? Sometimes chaos is there. Sometimes chaos is inevitable. It happens, right? It happens. It is what it is. But when it comes, how are you adjusting to it? How are you living your life according to it? Are you letting it kind of drag you through the mud, or are you just moving forward with it? Right? So in the midst of a lot of things, and one of the things that is drastically important when it comes to how much energy I'm giving up to someone, how much focus I'm putting on a specific thing, how much should I care about this person or this situation, or how could I get to a point to where I'm caring about things from 9 to 5, and after 5 p.m. it's like, it is what it is. How much energy are you willing to put forward? How much focus are you willing to put on it? How much are you willing to think about it? And can you do something about that specific thing? If you can't, cool. Why care? If you can, cool. Why care? Because if you do something about it, do what you got to do to knock it out and get it out your system. Quick and simple. Right? So back to that announcement from earlier. We got a live show. This live show was years in the making, damn near, but hey, it's here. It's never too late. Live show, November 28th, Jazz Cafe, 6 p.m. You can come in around like 5:30, 5:45. Be there. I will be there. Everybody else will be there. Jazz, Ethiopian food. It's pretty good Ethiopian food. I actually been there before. Pretty good food. Come through, check it out. Enjoy the show. Listen to Mia Tia. Hopefully not argue about ourselves, but it depends on how much she's willing to bring. And there we go. All right. So to all those folks who are listening and tuning in and all that good stuff, good looking, good motherfucking looking. As always, y'all remember, ain't no wealth without your mental health. So please stay blessed and take care of yourself. Be great, y'all. Peace.